So, hey, good morning, Facebook. Get Inspired, Michiana. I'm Diane Bennett with Remax 100 and Inspired Homes, and my guest today for Life Inspired is Elizabeth. I'm not sure I'm going to pronounce your last name correctly. LeFeber?
LeFeber.
LeFeber. Okay.
So you were close.
I was close. Okay, good. So Elizabeth's here to talk about Life Inspired, and many of you watch every week. If you're a first-time watcher, what we're doing is life was going along, and then there was this ... moment in your life when something big happened, some trajectory change moment, a big thing, a big low or a big high or whatever, and then ever since then you've kind of walked following God, an inspired life. And so I don't know anything about your story. I know that you room with our wonderful Emily Dybel, and that's all I know about you, Elizabeth. I know you just bought a new house.
Yep, it's a condo.
So tell us about what was life like before some trajectory change moment. What's your story you're going to share with us today?
Yeah, so my story might be a little different than some of your previous ones, but I was living life. I was growing up in a Christian home. I like to read a lot. My mom homeschooled us,
Okay.
and so I read a lot. And one of the books that I read was The Dangerous Voyage by Dave Gustafson. And it's a Christian fiction book about these kids that go on mission trips.
Wow.
And they make videos, actually, and then share them with their church. But
Wow.
on this,
So this was a book you read like as a teenager.
yeah, I read this in like middle school.
Okay.
So in this book, they go on the Mercy Ship.
Okay.
And so it kind of introduced me to Mercy Ships, which is a not-for-profit Christian organization that has a heart for serving the poor in Africa and following Jesus' ministry and doing that.
Wow. So a ... moment for you was the reading of this book.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. And so your life today is inspired. I know that you do take a lot of mission trips.
Yeah, so I read about this in middle school, kept going through high school, and then I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do for college, and I'm like, well, if God calls me into the missions, then I would be able to use nursing. And if I have nursing, then I could go on this
On the
Mercy Ship and, serve that way. So it was kind of like an end goal kind of thing. And so I went through college, and I graduated college with my nursing. And then I'm like, okay, now can I go on the ship? And you need to have 2 years experience.
Okay.
So I gave myself 3 just in case.
Okay.
And then finally I was able to go on my first trip about 1.5 years ago. And I got to serve in Madagascar for 2 months.
Wow.
Working as an admissions nurse.
Wow.
With Mercy Ships.
That's so cool. And you've been on 2 trips with them now?
Yeah, so I went to Madagascar for 2 months, and then this last fall I was in Cameroon for 6 weeks.
Wow.
I work as a nurse at St. Joseph Hospital, and they gave me 6 weeks off.
Wow.
So I could go work in outpatients.
That's so crazy. So St. Joseph Hospital supports this. You work for them full-time when you live in town, and they support giving you this time off so that you can go minister to other people around the globe.
Yeah, well, they did last year, which was a super
That's awesome.
benefit.
Very cool. Yeah, that is awesome. Wow. So people are watching. Maybe middle schoolers are watching. What would you tell them about, pursuing their dreams and their passions? Because it sounds to me like you read this and this became a passion for you, and you pursued it till now you're doing it. So what would you tell somebody about pursuing their passions and dreams?
Yeah, so I would say if, God plants an idea in your heart or a dream or, I didn't have necessarily a dream for Africa, but I had a dream for Mercy Ships. And so with that, Africa kind of became part of my passion too. And so if you have a passion for something, I just encourage you to pursue it. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes years of preparation. The whole year leading up to my trip to Madagascar, I was like, okay, this is finally happening, and I've been preparing, but what more do I need to prepare? And so I started learning French, the year before.
Wow.
So that kind of thing. And I was just reminded in the process, too, as I was looking forward to going on this trip, how much more should I be looking forward to, the ultimate end goal of Jesus coming back and me getting to be with him in heaven eventually.
Oh, my gosh.
So I'm like preparing and looking forward with anticipation, and then also like preparing and looking forward in anticipation to the future too.
So that just reminds me, I just watched that movie. If people are seeing that movie that's out, I Can Only Imagine. And that's what he talks about. He talks about, I can only imagine when I get to heaven what it's going to be like. And so that's kind of what you're doing now. So, by the way, if you haven't seen the movie, I really loved it. It was so amazing. You should go see I Can Only Imagine. But, wow, that's such an awesome story. I just thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
So cool. So if you guys have questions about maybe pursuing a nursing career, maybe if you're interested in Bethel College, where Elizabeth attended and studied nursing, or if you're interested in Mercy Ships, I'm sure that you could message us right here, and Elizabeth could get back to you. We'd get your information to Elizabeth, and she could get back to you and give you any tips, right?
Yeah, and one way if you want to find out any more information about Mercy Ships, too, is you can go to mercyships.org. And they have all sorts of information about it. They have different patient videos. You can search for them on YouTube and learn more about the organization as well. There's lots of great patient stories and such.
Great. Well, we'll ask TJ21 Marketing Group to link them, and so you can just follow the link if you read our remarks below. Our awesome marketing group, TJ21, will put that link, and so you can just follow the link, so it'll be easy for you to find. So thank you for sharing. We'll ask you to pray for Mercy Ships and their ministries, and pray for Elizabeth as she goes and pursues the next one. Do you have a next one planned?
There's one possibly in the works. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Very good. Awesome.
So.
Well, thanks for being our guest.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you guys for watching. If you have other people that have some exciting stories to share about how their life was turned around and now they're following God, we'd love to share their story here on Life Inspired Friday mornings. And so message us with those stories as well. So thanks for watching, and you guys have a great day. And don't forget, at Inspired, we're all about you. Yay.